Wait, did Chris say we're allowed to talk about it?
He did.
Oh, yes. Pandora's box. Let me open you up.
He said, well, I asked him. I said, "Are you okay if I share what happened last week on the podcast?" And I said, "I know that I share a lot sometimes, and maybe I do a little bit more." And he was like, "I don't care. Say whatever you want to say." And then I kind of was like in my head about it, because I thought, oh my God, what if I am the weird one and everybody is like, "Oh my God, Amanda, you're broken." And then it opens this whole can of worms where I now have to face my brokenness. But then I came back to this place of like, there's got to be at least one other person out there who's going through this. And so if it helps one other person, then it was, it was worth it. It's not in vain.
First of all, you're not an oversharer. Let's just get that out of your mind. You're not.
For me, it feels oversharing sometimes.
Well, if you have a podcast, there's some level that you have to be a sharing kind of person, but you're not an oversharer.
Okay, well, that makes me feel better.
I mean, I would want to know if I was one. I am one, I'm sure. But so... Actually, I don't think I am one. I don't think I am one.
I don't think you are one either.
Because I stop myself a lot of times. I'd be like, "Oh, girl, don't nobody want to know about that." But yeah, I don't think you should worry about being the weird one. We're already weird. We have a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Podcasters are weird. You got to be weird as hell to log in every day, get in front of a microphone, and then edit your own voice.
Right.
What?
to think highly enough of yourself that somebody wants to spend a very precious hour listening to your brain farts.
Oh, it's listen, when I found out on the reboot of Carrie Sex and the City that she's a podcaster, I was like, "Oh, we done jumped the shark." It's over.
I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh God, is she recording a podcast?"
Ugh, dreadful.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you the other day?
Which one?
The one of the woman pretending to be a podcaster doing an interview.
No, but I do. One of my favorite genres is people making fun of podcasters. So
okay,
resend.
I will. It was. I was feeling highly triggered. I call them our friends, but the ladies over, Kimberly and Katie over at A Date with Dateline had posted. I shared a Housewives thing with them, and then they found this creator, and she had other stuff, and she's pretending to be a podcast host, doing an interview. And it's just like a minute of her trying to ask a question, but doing it like the scenic route. So we're going all over the place. And I was like, wow, is this what we sound like sometimes?
Don't say no, don't put me in it. Hold on. Hold on. It said links. Is it Kim Quinlan?
Yes.
No, hold on. I have to watch it right this minute. Oh no. Yeah, I actually am having a weird like I enjoy talking about the things that I do with Twyla on the Twitter Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also super fucking weird. So I'm like, oh
so
no, is this gonna exist one day? Anyway, Chris gave permission, so we're allowed.
Okay, we're allowed. So let's start here. If you will kindly share with me, on average, how many times do you think that you WFT in a month?
A lot of times.
I need a number.
Twice a week? It's a lot. To me.
That is a lot.
I think it's a lot.
Twice a week.
Crazily enough, he would disagree. He's like, there's no way it's twice a week. There's no way. But it's fucking twice a week. Let's not get crazy.
Okay. So this is a good place to start. All right. So we are very inconsistent, and it's not for lack of attraction. It's not for, lack of love. I mean, Chris ticks all the boxes, and I just find myself like our sex drive is a total 180. There is no middle ground for us. He is hot and horny all the time, and I am like,
yuck.
I can't. I'm tired. Can we just like lay and spoon and like watch this Blood Relatives episode and then go to sleep? And then he like, does the back massage, and then I can tell like where he wants this to lead, and I'm already in my head like, oh God, and I gotta,
and annoyed,
but then feeling bad, feeling ashamed that I don't want to, because why wouldn't I want to? Here is this man who loves and adores me and thinks that I am the hottest thing since sliced bread. Why don't I want to have sex right now? What's wrong?
Because bitch, you're motherfucking tired. Shit.
Yes.
Life is hard. And also all that COVID out there. Ooh, girl, don't want your mouth on me. I love you and I think you're so sexy, but bitch, really, honestly, it's been 20 years. Think of a picture in your mind. Remember the last time? Just put that in your mind. Play a memory, bitch. Look through a motherfucking Etch-a-Sketch. Rewind. I can't. You know what I'm talking about. I can't do it.
I know.
But I be doing it.
You do it. I mean, twice a week is wow.
It's generous. I think it's kind. I think it's the right thing to do. Because you can't have your husband sad.
Right. And your frequency is on average I was doing some research, is on average with kind of what most Americans are reporting as kind of like, I think 1.2 times a week is like what the national average is. So last week, he was so over the top, like dirty talk every day, calling me, touching me every time he walked by, making, innuendo as I'm opening up the fridge. Like I could just be minding my own damn business, like plucking a chin hair, and he has some kind of like sexual thing to say about it.
Dreadful.
Yeah. And then I don't know about you, but I get in my head because I'm like, the shtick is that I'm like, oh my God, you're so stupid. Get away. Don't touch me. And then I play into it, and then I kind of play coy. And so this has been building up all week long. And we finally get to Wednesday, and he's like, so do you want? And I was like, oh God, I've been up since 5. I've taught so many fitness classes. Like I've been so excited to just like get in bed and lay down. And then it opened up this conversation, which is maybe the first time that we've ever talked about it. And so I was like, listen, I know that this is how you feel loved. I know that physical touch and affection like this is how you get like your bucket filled. And I said, but it's not like that for me. I said, I could very happily lay here with you and snuggle and go to sleep and feel loved and fulfilled, whatever. And I was like, but I often feel bad when you make these advances or you try and I shut you down. And I said, I don't want this to get to this place where like you're resentful of me or I'm resentful of you, because I'm like, oh my God, can you please stop touching my butt? So anyways, we had a talk, and he was like, well, I was reading this article about couples who schedule sex. And my first reaction was, ew, that's so clinical. Like, ugh. But then the more that I sat there, I was like, but wait a minute, like spontaneity is not working for us. I don't like to be, have my nipple grabbed at 10 o'clock at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. So maybe scheduling would actually like be good for my brain, because I know that I have this appointment. I have to do this tonight. So we've tried it and it's working.
Well, what if your day was already long that day?
So what I'm finding now, we're only a week into it. So we had to pick the days of the week, because with my schedule of having to get up to teach, I'm like, I don't want to be up late. I want to, whatever. So we picked our days, And he said that he likes it because he's like, it gives me something to look forward to. And I know that I don't feel like I have to harass you, or I don't feel like I'm bugging you by asking you, because I know that it's going to happen this day. And for me, I have that time to kind of like prepare and get my mind right so that once the kids go to bed and that time rolls around, it's what we're doing. It's weird. It's like reverse psychology or some weird psychological shit.
Okay, but you're bound to it. Like, what if something comes up? What if you really can't?
So we haven't obviously gotten to that point yet, but I think that what would happen would be, you know, you would either skip and pick back up on your next night, because I was like, oh, let's just start with 2 times a week because that feels doable. It's like going into a new fucking exercise routine. Let's not go too hard too fast. Ever. So I was like, let's try 2 times a week. Let's see if we can stay consistent. I would say that maybe you could like push it to the next night if that worked. But for right now, I think that's just a bridge we'll have to cross when we get there. But so far, so good.
Wow. See, this whole thing is a difficult conversation for me. I'm just like, I don't be talking about this type of shit unless I'm talking about it disparagingly and jokingly, because I'm just like a corny prude that way. Yeah. But also, in general, scheduling is bad for me. Not just that. Scheduling in general. So like when people are like, Melissa, want to go to lunch next Thursday? Bitch, I don't know what I'm doing in an hour. No. You know what I'm saying? Ask me next Thursday and we'll see. But like, I understand that doesn't work for people. Like they need to know now what the deal is going to be. And I don't want to know any deals until it's right in front of me and I have to make a choice. So scheduled.
No, honestly, this is making a lot of sense.
What, me?
Yes. Because now I'm thinking about like our interactions and our planning of the show, and I am like, I need to know the date and time that we're recording so that I can go ahead and plan. Wow. You don't like that? Do you not like that?
I can't do it. I mean, I'm down for it. You know, when you're like, it's going to be Tuesday at 10:30. I'm like, okay, I know Tuesday at 10:30 is happening, but I need to know it's Tuesday at 10:30 on Monday.
Okay.
You could have it in your mind of what it's going to be. I just don't need to know about it until then. And the only reason why I would need to know about it is if there was a conflict arising. But like, I am flexible enough that I will make time for the time that works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of these people that has a book and it's like, nope, can't do it. Wednesday at 7:45, I'm doing this. Because I don't have a Wednesday at 7:45, I'm doing this. I do what I want to do when I want to do it.
This has just unlocked a huge piece for me, because I would love to text you on a Friday and say, when do you want to record next week? And then get it in the books so that I know when I go into Monday, you know, how I can arrange. Go, wow.
Well, no. Well, see, the thing is too, like, I also have it grayed out in my mind that Mondays and Tuesdays are podcast making day. I don't know the hour or the time frame, but I know that Monday and Tuesday it's time for podcast. Like I know that. I just don't drill down the exact time because I cannot function like that. Justin has a big problem with this about me, you know, because he is a very scheduled person. So he's like, well, what if Trader Joe's opens at this time, so what if we go at this time, and then after that we'll go here, and then after that we'll go straight to this place? That like causes me great distress, and he doesn't understand why I have an attitude the whole time we're on the way to Trader Joe's with the girls in their Krav Maga outfit, and then we go to Old Navy real quick, and then we're going to go to Krav Maga, and then after Krav Maga we promise them a Slurpee, and then there's too many, then this, then this, then this, then this. Bitch, I'm trying to sit down. I don't want to do all that. And, like, I know that things have to get done, and I'm a highly productive person. I get a lot done in a day, but I get a lot done in a day without worrying about what's next. I just do the thing that's next, not as a plan, just as a loose idea of what I need to get done. So scheduled sex would completely stress me out. And also, I would be the biggest flake. I'd be like, I know we said Tuesday at 8, but ew.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I think that, different strokes for different folks. And it was funny how quickly I was able to kind of like shift my perspective, because it did feel gross. I was like, oh God, we're old. Scheduling sex. Who does that? That's for people that are having problems in their marriage and are trying to rekindle their fire. But
not at all. Like, I think it's for people who are preempting a problem. I think it's for smart people who want to stay married, actually.
Well, it's like, I want to honor that part of you that like has that desire to, like, he could do it every single day, once in the morning, once at night, and it still wouldn't be enough. So it's like, we've got to...
I don't like that. That's not what the fuck I signed up for, motherfucker. No. And like, I think that too, that we have to talk about the fundamental differences in how a sexual person's brain works when they're dealing with someone who's not that way. Like, I'm not that way. I don't. And I mean, we've talked about this probably 1,000 times, but like, once you have children, the brain chemistry changes, the way you feel about your body changes, and like, that's just not important.
Yes. And I think some of it is like that emotional, like, empath side. It can be really hard because you're taking on you're taking in everybody's energy that you interact with through the day. And by the time the kids go to bed at night, that's like, as a parent, that's your first time of the day, usually, where nobody's requiring anything from you. The office is closed. The kids are in bed. Nobody needs a goddamn thing. And now you're looking at me like, we gonna do this?
And also, if you I also have requirements, so spontaneity is not going to work for me ever. I don't have that. Like, if you drove to Costco and at any time you had the windows down and you're wearing jeans, like, you're not ready for sex. That's over. Your butt cracks, gross. There's not any spontaneity. I have to have a whole shower. There has to be a whole situation. Did you floss? Did you tongue scrape? Did you do your mouthwash? Like, there's a lot of things that are happening. Why are your toenails long? I can't do it.
So wait, let me ask you. So with that routine then, do you, like, how much notice do you need? Because how long does your, like, whole routine take? Because it's pretty intense. It's thorough.
Not intense. It's thorough, but I got it down. Listen. If the lights are down low and things, and he starts playing his song, I know that he's already gotten his job done. I'm like,
it's like Pavlov.
Yes, I know that he's already gotten his job done by the time I get in here, or if I get into the room and I'm like, doing something in the closet and I want to go back out to the kitchen to get water and the door is locked, I'm like, here we go. I know that by the time I get back with my water, the lighting situation is going to have changed. The shower's going to be running. Fucking everything that I'm going to need to get the ball rolling. He's already set it out. He's making it as easy for me as possible. So it's a matter of me getting in the shower, handling my business, and then, handling the business. So like, it is Pavlovian, and like, I have just come to respect that this is the time, and I gotta get, in the zone. He's my husband loves me, and I love and respect that, and I love him. And so I want to make sure that the messages that I'm sending about how I don't necessarily love my body and how I don't necessarily feel like the most sexual person all the time are not personal or about him.
Right.
So that's why I participate and, do my thing. But, and, once I'm in there, but like, whoo.
And that's what I was worried about. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want you to think that this is about you, because it's not about you at all. At all. It's just, I don't have this kind of desire. And maybe I did when we were younger, But
well, that's the other thing is that their recollections be fucked up.
Oh,
I love when they walk down memory lane. You don't remember the time that we did X, Y, and Z? I'll be like, yeah. I do not. I don't know what. I would never say that. You did say that. I've never ever said that. You don't remember the time this happened? I really don't. What are you? That's disgusting. Who would ever say that?
They have photographic memory. Chris does the same thing, but it's always like, remember that time we went to that party? It's always from college. Remember that time we went to the party, but we left early and we came back to your apartment? And I was like, seriously? Like, that was 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
Girl, and also anytime he remembers old stuff, in my mind, I'm like, and you still liked me? Those were like the worst set of veneers. I had no eyebrows at that time. How were you sexually attracted to me? How? Help me understand. What's wrong with you? No, and like, I've had to just disconnect from that entirely. Like, you know, I obviously have weird body issues and whatever. Like, Justin Beck thinks this is the most gorgeous, amazing I've ever looked. And I'm like, really? Even when you knew me at 27 when it was really great? Okay.
Yes.
I guess.
It's, that part to me, I mean, but you look at Justin and you know, you find him physically attractive, even though his body, I'm sure, has changed over the last 20 years. And the same for Chris. But I'm like, your body hasn't gone through like the war that mine went through. Like, mine does not resemble, like, yours might be thicker. However, mine does not resemble the 19-year-old that you found back in 2001. So how do you think that I'm so hot right now? Because
yeah, and I'd be like, somebody lying. That's what's happening here. No, Justin, no, and that's the other thing is, and that's how I know that we are fundamentally different. Is that Justin himself? I don't know if it's because, you know, of his self-loathing. Oh, dude, I ate so much. Okay. Can't believe I ate that. Oh man, like, wait, babe, what did I eat today? I ate this. Like, he has a weird thing about keeping an inventory on everything he eats, and like he I gotta chill out this week because I ate so much. And it's just like, you've been eating the same shit for 20 years. You literally look exactly the same, and when you pick up that guitar, motherfucker, you're smoking hot to me. So I don't. He's like, do I look different? He's like, does my face look puffy on this side? I'm like, girl, I don't. You look exactly the same. You know, like, he sees changes in his body and his face that I just don't see at all. Like, he looks like him to me. So
yeah,
and I'm always going to be attracted to him. But like, I'm also a woman, and so the layers of him that are attractive are, this motherfucker is about his business. This motherfucker is loyal as hell. This motherfucker is reliable. This motherfucker shows up when he says he's going to show up. This motherfucker is funny. So like, all of those things play into my sexual attraction. I bet I'm fucking completely mean, okay? I am a terrible human at times. And he's like, do you want to fuck though? And
Chris said to me the other day, he goes, I am just thankful that somebody lets me do this to them on a regular basis. He was like, I am just thrilled that I get to do this. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they don't have any brain requirements when it comes to sex. Like, they're really just animals.
Oh my god.
And it's so crazy to me because, like, I need to be intellectually stimulated and like complimented in a very specific way. Like, don't say nasty stuff to me and think that's gonna get me there. You gotta be like, yo, when you broke down the intellectual levels of disparaging reality TV and how that affects someone on a micro level, that shit was hot. I would be like, was it? You were listening? And he does not care about that at all. He'd be like, yo, let's talk about your ass, though.
Oh,
like, what about it? Stop. It's a square now. It's going through its squoval phase. I saw it in the mirror the other day. It made me really upset. Please don't ask me about it.
Yeah. It's
So
just
like
a totally...
I'm happy for you that you guys are able to schedule. I hope Justin doesn't listen to this one because he's gonna be like, "No, I think they're onto something." Like for real, because I imagine that it must be hurtful to feel rejected when that's not what it is. But you perceive it as that. You receive it as that. So when I'm like, "Oh, girl, no, stop. Just don't even. You better turn on Tiger King. Stop it. I'm not doing that. Why are the lights like this? Nobody said that. We are not doing that. Turn my candle out. That is not for you."
Yes.
I can see it.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I am the exact same.
I can see how that feels. Like, dang, bitch, like, come on, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what
And how that can feel hurtful.
Yes. I got there in my head and I thought, oh my God, what if you were the one that was always initiating and, 8 times out of 10, he brushed you off? You would start to develop a complex of like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, I am so glad we have arrived at this place. Girl, yes. Do you want to play Scrabble? Because that's what I want to do. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
So I think, the larger part of it is, understanding and honoring the way that your partner wants to be, loved. And for some, which I'll never understand, it's that physical touch. And I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard place to be.
And so like, listen, I told you I have a girlfriend who, before I got to my twice a week thing, where I was like, oh, she's like, you don't do, and she's like a 4 times, 5 times a week person. And I was like, girl, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. And she was, and I remember her response to me was like, you don't think that's mean? And that was the first time I ever thought of it like that. I was like, no, I think that's me living in my body and doing what the fuck I want to do. And she was like, it's so mean. Yes.
See, I don't think that it's mean. I think that, like, not everybody can be up to the task. That's a lot of times a week.
Yeah.
That's like a full-time job.
Correct. And listen,
respect.
I don't have no money. I don't have no money on my bedside table. Are we going to start cutting checks? Listen. But just you talking about just fun? Ah! Ah! Fucking A. You know what I'm saying? Like because then after it, there's things that I need after too.
Right.
There's a rinse off. There's a specific house dress. I need a drink. Yeah. I need a specific snack. I know you're tired, but don't get to cuddling. And surely you didn't fuck up my sheets, because if you did, go on ahead and go get me a set.
Nope. I take my hand, I flatten it out, I rub it around. I'm like, okay, it's dry, we're good to go.
Oh, because I'm not doing the wet spot.
Nope.
Well, I'm not even accepting that in general. That's why I'd be like, we can do stuff on your side of the bed. Don't come over here on my side. My side is for laying and sleeping, and also the way that my fucking face is set up. I can't have my pillows on. Don't be putting pillows under me and this and that, and now there can be fluids. These 3 pillows are not for any of that. Not for props.
And yet they still want to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, listen. You married a motherfucker with this specificity. You deal with the consequences of that.
Oh God, he said something the other night about Christmas Eve, wanting to do it on Christmas Eve. And I was like, do you not remember what happened last year? I was like, absolutely not. Never again will we have sex on Christmas Eve.
Oh no, what happened on Christmas Eve?
Bennett walked in on us.
Oh, yeah. No. That's a high holiday in that household.
Yeah. And then woke the whole fucking house up. Here comes my mom's dog. Here comes my mom. Bennett is like half asleep walking, but he saw enough to where he was crying the next day in his bed after opening his Christmas presents, trying to figure out what the fuck he saw his dad do. So
yeah, nope.
bad.
No. And that's the other thing. And that's the other thing is like they don't have, like, I'm completely disgusted. Like, if there's a Lego on the floor, nope, out of the movie. Can't. You know what I'm saying? I look at that Barbie doll over there. Ooh, God, I have kids. Like, it takes me into a different space. They don't have that.
No.
At all. Like, they could actually have sex at a Chuck E. Cheese. Like, this don't gross you out? You're not stressed out by all these children things?
It's probably a felony.
Right? Like, they don't have the thing that makes them... I don't know. They just have tunnel vision. It's just like, get the pussy, have the pussy. Yes, it's pussy time. And I just...
it's pussy time.
I can't. And I do feel bad, but like, never do I want my husband to feel like I'm not attracted to him. Never do I want my husband to think that it's him, because it's not. It's literally only just like, you know, people say that it's not you, it's me. No. It's really me. It's really me.
Yeah. So then I wonder, like, aren't women supposed to peak sexually in their 40s?
Right. Where's that at? Who said that?
Right. I feel like I read it somewhere sometime.
Correct. And this whole time, they say in your 30s and 40s. I'm 44. I'm almost 50, bitch. I'm waiting for the time. When's the time? When's the time coming? Because I still don't have it, guys.
Because I thought, on the other side, that once you go through menopause, that your drive completely dries up because your hormones are fucked up. So, like, at what point am I allowed to have, like, my, you know, my sexual revolution? When?
I don't want it, so I'm not trying to summons it, but I've seen that, like, what makes me uncomfortable is when you meet women, and not that I'm happy for them. Go ahead, girl, do you. But I'm saying, like, when women are, like, deep into the expression of their sexuality and, like, really into it in the same way that a man would be. I know this is wrong. Cancel City, there she is. She's canceled. Women are sexual. I just don't have that. So, like, when I meet women that are like, oh my God, I love sex, my husband is so annoyed with me because I just want to have sex all the time, I'd be like, girl, what's wrong with your ass? Why are you telling me this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you're making me feel uncomfortable. That's weird to me.
But again, it comes back to that's on me. That's a me problem. That's a you problem.
It's weird to me because I don't have that.
I don't have that, and I don't understand how you get that. So I think the second part of that is I've only seen that expressed from a man on the regular. So seeing it expressed on the other side feels like the upside down. Yeah.
Why are you saying this out loud?
I watched the new, I don't know if it's new, but Nicole Byer has a special on Netflix.
Yes, I watched part of it.
Okay. And she's like talking about like how bad she needs sex and how bad she needs to have her pussy ate. And I was just like, I mean, I understand going through a dry spell, and I understand that like when you're dating, you're not necessarily, you know, having sex all the time. But like she talked about calling somebody up just to come over and like bang one out. And I was like, what? Ladies do that? Who does that?
Oh, apparently they do. Listen, there's a whole world going on out there, girl, that has bypassed us because we're old, stay-at-home mom, no libido ass bitches. But like, there's a world out there of people that, you know, they get ready for their dick appointment. They are upset when their dick appointment flakes. Like, it's a thing. And I'd be like, wow, can you imagine getting entirely ready for... Well, I mean, I can because I do it. But, like, not having a person and having to go... Like, I don't get that. And the other part that I think is missing in this conversation is we need to have more respect and understanding for people who are asexual. So, like, how I think it's weird when a person is like, oh my God, I love fucking... Like, I think that's fucking weird. we should also not think it's weird when a person is like, meh, I could not.
Yes, because it leads to that feeling of like, why am I broken? Because I think everything that we see is that people like should want to and do have sex all the time. and when it's represented as the person doesn't, it's in what? A loveless marriage, a marriage or a relationship where they fucking hate each other, or they're like so bedraggled from like raising their children all day. We watched Hall Pass, which is a terrible fucking movie. Oof. But it was about name. These it was awful. It was Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis, and they were both married, and their wives gave them hall passes for like a weekend. And so their whole weekend was like dedicated to finding somebody to fuck. And so like that is only
who greenlit this terrible movie.
It was horrific. I looked at Chris and I was like, why are we even watching this right now? Like there's literally nothing else on. But that's the only other side that you ever see when it comes to somebody, you know, it's like it's negative or it's bad. And I feel like it's not negative or bad. It's just like not everybody is like DTF all the time. How's that possible? Is there something wrong with your pituitary?
and the other thing that we're not taking into account here is the people that are DTF all the time. I just want to know, did you take a shower first? It really matters, though. I can't, like, you're just going to say you put your dirty body on my clean body? No.
No. Did you brush your teeth? Did you swish? Do you taste like Listerine when you kiss me? Because that's really the only acceptable way.
That's the truth, though. I'm not doing no spontaneous, and that's true. People like, and in the movies they do it. People roll over and kiss first thing in the morning, and bitch, where are you doing it?
No, I can't.
Absolutely
it's too self-conscious.
Not me. I'm worried about y'all. I'm good with me. I'm minding my business. I don't bring your business over here. Don't do that. I don't even want a fresh morning kiss after you just brushed your teeth. Let's get through the day. Let's get through the day. I'm serious. I don't want to be touched like that. No.
See, Chris is handsy at all times. At all times. Mm-mm. And I don't mind it because that's just who he is. That's who he's always been.
See, my new thing is I've incorporated some small touch. So, like I'll hug Justin from behind, or I'll, rub his arm while he's talking. Little things like that so that he knows, okay, I'm not a total cunt. I do love you. And look at me touching you. But I don't necessarily need that from me. Right. Why are you touching that? First of all, girl, you know how long it took me to get these curls together? Don't touch my curls. Why are you touching my hair like that?
Doesn't he know? You never touch a black woman's hair.
Never, and he touches it. But wow, Amanda, schedules. Yeah. Okay.
Schedules. So for anybody listening that feels like the same way that I did, maybe try it. Can't hurt.
But what if your period comes?
Well,
oh my God, Melissa's so immature. You can have sex on your period. You can, bitch. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. No, thanks. It's too messy.
It's called a towel. It's called a shower. Okay, you dirty bitch. You do that then. I'm not doing that.
So we probably would have to have a bye. And then we'll just pick back up as regular. I don't know. Maybe like I do some mouth stuff. I don't know. Listen, we're brand new into this. Let me.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
What?
Hold on now. Mouth stuff is not incorporated every time.
No, it is. But I'm just saying, like, I would just be like, listen, you don't have to touch me. I don't want to be touched. No. But I'll help you. I'll take one for the team and I'll help you.
Yeah, they don't understand when you don't want to be touched.
It's just
and that's the other thing. Listen, we can do your spontaneous thing. You want a spontaneous blowjob? That's fine, but I'm keeping all of these clothes on. That's the part you're not understanding because I'm not going to get my whole shower. I'm not going to get my whole shower and doing a bunch of stuff.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes if I'm not in the mood, I will be like, listen, I will do this for you because I love you, but I don't want anything. Don't touch me. Don't try. I'm okay. Like, I'm really okay just giving here. Please, I know, but I feel so bad. And I'm like, but
Don't feel bad.
I'm telling you, don't feel bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Don't. Because I also just, you're going to mess up my pH balance. I can't.
It's real, though. It's real. I'm like, I can't do it 2 consecutive days because,
correct.
She is sensitive and she likes to act up if it's too much. I can't. These probiotics are $50 a bottle. We can't.
They don't understand. Listen. You guys are going to have a long-lasting, healthy marriage because you can even have these conversations. I'm going to have a long-lasting, healthy marriage because someone tolerates me. It doesn't matter if I'm mean or I'm nice, if I'm stank or I'm sassy. It doesn't matter. He is down. So, as long as I, provide when I need to, it's great. And then he's going to go, well, that makes me feel bad because now it's like you're not in the mood. Did I or did I not say? When we get there, I'm there. I just don't ever want to get there. And that's okay. It's being like, does anybody like the road trip part? I don't.
I don't either. Correct. See? And Chris will say, see, aren't you glad? I was like, I never let you down. And I'm like, no, I know that I'm going to walk out of this being happy that I did it. But it's like, again, it's like going to the gym. I'm going to be kind of grumpy if I don't want to go today the whole way there. And I'm probably going to be grumpy when I walk in. But then when I leave, I'm like, okay, that was good. I'm glad I did this today. So.
Exactly. I don't want to go to the place. But when I get there, I have a nice time.
Right. We don't have to take the scenic route tonight. Let's just get on the highway and
it's always the scenic
there.
route. It's always the scenic route every time. And every time I'm like, we don't need to do all that.
Right. Because they don't need that. I can look at him in a way. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh my God, what? He's like, the way that you put your hand in your hair, I was like, gee, you might want to go to the doctor because I don't think that's normal.
Yeah, girl.
How do you get turned on so easy?
Listen. And that's the other thing is people project onto you their sexual needs. So if you find out a person is a virgin or if you find out a person, just doesn't need that. Everybody's like, oh my God, really? And they make that person feel really bad. Well, bitch, why should they feel bad? That's who they are. Right. And I don't like, see, and that's the thing. We're talking about when you said shame. I feel shame that I don't want to do this. I don't think you feel shame, bitch. I think you feel exhaustion.
Yeah.
And because you're a good person, you feel bad that the person in front of you feels sad. But I don't think you should feel ashamed for, not having the urge to have sex all the damn time.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. I don't know how people are doing it. I really don't. There's a whole ass cottage industry. The sex industry is a billion gajillion dollar industry, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
So much money. Imagine being a porn star. That's your job. Your literal job is to have sex. You could show up and feel bloated and gross, and you still have to do it and look like you like it.
And they do it. They've tapped into a skill set.
Wow.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either. Do you think that porn stars, they come home, it's the last thing that you want to do is have sex then with your partner because you're just so sexed out?
Yeah, I mean, I could know more about it if I watch a documentary about a porn star, but then I'd have to watch the porn too. And I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know about all that shit, bitch. I'm trying to talk to you about your feelings. And that's just it. See, there's so much shame in being a non-sexual person, and then there's so much shame in being a sexual person. Well, which the fuck do you want?
Right.
What's the right way to be?
I don't know, but we're gonna try this out, see if it works. I have hope. I'm glad that we talked about it. I'm glad that we were both able to like vocalize or like express how we were feeling, which I think was helpful too. And then once we set the days, Chris was like, because we said Wednesday and Saturday, and he was like, yeah, it's Wednesday. Do you want to start tonight? And I was like, fuck, can we wait till Saturday and start Saturday?
Oh my God! Why did you pick Wednesday? Wednesdays it's the middle of the week. Everything's so hard on Wednesday.
Ding. Well,
Saturday's a good one.
So Saturday's a good one, but I get up early Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to teach, and so Monday night couldn't work because he gets home late from picking up Quinn from gymnastics. And so that means I'd have to stay up late, and we probably wouldn't get going until like 11:30. That's too late. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin at midnight, so we can't do that. So,
bitch, I'm a pumpkin at 2 PM.
So Wednesday was like, okay, Wednesday's a long day, but you're home at a reasonable hour. I don't have to get up super early on Thursday morning. So that's just kind of how we landed there. And then Saturday was Saturday. So
Saturday is the best day. Now,
yeah, but
it's always at night.
I can't do it back to back. Always at night because he's not home during the day. It would be convenient. You know what? If he were home all the time, maybe I would be able to, accommodate a different time. But right now, it's just got to be at night.
Well, listen, I'll be honest with you. The pandemic has revolutionized Justin's idea on what work is and when work gets done. So sometimes he has, free time at 4 PM, which is crazy because ever since I started working for the company, I'm like, I don't know if you noticed this, but I have a job. So why are you looking at me with them wiggly ass eyebrows? Don't you see I have stuff to do at this computer? And he's like, oh, I'm just saying, take a break. A break? I'm at work. So like the roles have kind of changed there.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't like sex with the sun out.
We had a whole episode. Oral sex is for nighttime. Just sex period is for nighttime.
It's for nighttime. Yes, it needs to be dark, and you know why? Because the possibility of switching back into mom zone is too high. Yeah, and I can't put my clothes back on. Things are now happening, and I got to take a new shower. That just threw my whole day off.
Right. Yeah. It's too many hats in one day.
Wow. Yeah, Saturday's really the only day. I think Saturday, Sunday would have been the better days.
Yeah, but I'm too afraid to do it back to back. I have some serious trauma. You know what? It took me probably a whole good year and a half to figure out that, because this is going way too much information, but he used to buy condoms with spermicide on them. And it took me a year and a half of consistent yeast infections to realize that spermicide does not work in my body. I was miserable. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then one day I was on the internet and I was like, oh my God, I'm doing this to myself every weekend. So I have a little bit of I'm a little gun shy because I can't.
Wait, he doesn't still use a condom though.
Oh, no.
Okay,
no.
I was about to say, now, girl, you got me tripping.
No. Remember, I had him snipped. After Lennox was born, I was like, you got 6 weeks before this insurance turns over. Go get it.
You're very smart. You're so smart. Wow. Okay, not a schedule. Good for you. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. And you know what? The other crazy thing, too, is that I had to do like a little... like when you start your anxiety medication or whatever, you have to do like a 30-day check-in with your doctor just to make sure that everything is working okay. And I did that, I guess last week over the phone. And we kind of like touched on it a little bit. This was before Chris and I had the conversation, but she was like, you might find that, you know, now that your serotonin levels have evened out and you feel like more like yourself, she's like, you might find that drive returns because your brain is not so tied up in all of your worries. So I was like, okay, well, there's another silver lining then.
Well, go ahead and take that back, because now Justin Bexton's like, see, told you, if you just took your Prozac, you could change a lot of things in your life. And I don't want to motherfucking hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Listen, my period showed up a whole week early, and I had no idea it was coming. And usually the week before my period starts, for at least the last year, if not year and a half, I have suicidal ideation. I am mean. I am miserable. I hate myself. I hate everyone around me. And I sat on that toilet and was totally caught off guard. I was like, what the fuck? I had no idea. And so I was like, okay, something's working.
Now you done got me in trouble. Okay.
I'm just saying. It's modern medicine, science. Wow.
He's going to be like, see? Amanda said it. He's like, babe, you gotta address this. 1 week every month. It's just like outrageous. You're just out of control. Like you just are. I just can't work with it. I'm like, okay, so then 1 week every month, then leave my ass alone. I don't understand.
Oh, Chris was standing in the doorway, hearing me going, what, huh? And he's standing there staring at me, and he's like, what's going on? And I was like, I just started my period. It's like a whole week early, and I did. And he's like, see what I told you? I told you. Imagine how I felt every week watching you go through this. And I was like, okay, we don't have to like put me down here in this moment. No, I'm not putting you down. I'm just trying to say. And I was like, okay, thank you. But I'm not a doctor. However, it was pretty radical.
No, that's just an everyday. He's like, see? And then leading up to it, you know, I'll have my week of just mean.
Yeah.
Which I think is whatever. And he'll be like, did it come yet? Told you. Knew it. And I'll be like, I don't care what you say.
I'm not trying to be mean, but are you on your period?
I can't stand that. And even if I was, bitch, what about it?
Yeah. You could never do this. So don't try to give me grief.
And that's the other thing, too, is don't be looking my direction for sexy times when that's happening. You see that that's happening. No, I'm just saying, like, there's other stuff. No, there's not. There actually isn't. My body hurts. My boobs hurt.
Ugh.
My stomach looks crazy.
Hot.
My stomach is literally sitting on my knees. I'm standing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
no, my stomach, I'm bloated. I'm hot. I'm pooping all the time. No, thanks. I'm hungry. No.
Yeah, I'm ugly. I can't.
My skin's a mess. I'm sweaty.
I know, but I'm just saying. Well, you're just saying what?
Men really have it easy. When it comes to body stuff, it is unfair. Unfucking fair.
I want to buy that machine that simulates period cramps for a man. And you control it, you crank it up. I would just crank that bad boy up. I'd be like, no, just walk around the whole week.
Go work out, go to your job.
And when you least expect it, yep. I would love it.
Oh.
All right. So then I'll know not to text you on Wednesdays or Saturdays.
I'll have my do not disturb on.
Oh, it's just Amanda's notifications are silenced. We know what that means.
Who fucking tonight?
Wednesday and Saturday. It is a hump day indeed. Okay. Oh my God, that's the name of the episode. Hump day.
Oh God, today is Wednesday. Yes. Oh God, I gotta go get my mind right.
Hump day.
I actually said that this morning to my class. I was like, it's Wednesday, happy hump day. I never say that. Wow.
I actually hate the words hump day.
I hate hump.
Because humping is so dumb. Who's humping? What's
the
humping?
Humpty dance is your chance to do the hump.
Don't hump me. What's humping?
Baby. Do the Humpty hump.
Want to hump? Oh my God, were they humping? Humping?
It's like, it's so like in your mouth. It's just like, well, it's not a sexy word. It's like round and like
wanna hump?
Thick and like flat.
No, they were humping behind that tree over there. Like, what?
Then
Humping what were they doing?
It's only appropriate when like referring to an animal. Like, that dog was humping my leg. That's the only time it's acceptable.
And not even. That's when it's least acceptable. Get that fucking dog away from me. Why is it humping anything on my body? I hate the word hump. I think hump might be worse than how everybody pretends they hate the word moist. No. We should all hate hump. I hate hump. Happy hump day.
Oh, no.
Just got to get over this hump. I don't have to get over shit. You're going to leave me alone. Hump just puts me in a bad mood. Hey, what a hump?
No. Oh, God.
Hump.
Who says that?
I don't know. What if her last name was like Humperdink? Oh, my God. I would change that shit to just Erdink. I don't... I hate hump. Bye, girl. I gotta go. You pissed me off. Bye.
Happy hump day.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been an Imperfect Strangers production. You can contact us at askimperfectstrangers@gmail.com. You can follow the show on Instagram at imperfectstrangers_podcast or on Twitter at imperfstrangers. For more information on the show or to listen to episodes, you can do that at imperfectstrangerspodcast.com. If you would like more Imperfect Strangers in your life, archived Monday Night Lives, newsletters, bonus episodes every single week, those are over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Imperfect Strangers Podcast. Please rate, review, and subscribe. If you are an Apple Podcast listener, those ratings and reviews are incredibly helpful to your favorite podcasts. So if you've already left one for us, go leave one for your other favorite podcasts. We all appreciate it so much. And as a heads up, you can now find this podcast on YouTube. So if you go into YouTube and you search for Imperfect Strangers Podcast, you can find a handful of episodes. They are closed captioned if you choose to have that option on, so we can be more accessible. We will be adding episodes as we can get them available. This is something new that we're trying out, so we just wanted to let you guys know. You friends of YouTube, those of you who like to consume your media there, you can find us over there. In the meantime, be well, take care of one another. Enjoy this season as we do that big old slide into 2022. We will see you soon.